Tech Life, Beat Depression. It's day 821, and we're back to have some fun with another somatic healing session to wipe out depression. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here now. Anyone who's tuning in later, appreciate you guys and girls out there. As you know, it's a martial arts for mental health show. We start every show with that powerful tool of gratitude. Gratitude going out to Lisa the Luminary for being the first one in, and also to my hometown crew out here in Kearney, New Jersey, and on the East Coast for supporting me back in my hometown. I will be leaving fairly soon, got about a week and a half left, and then that adventure continues. So I want to just say that I'm grateful to have been able to hook up and link up with the local crew from back in the day while I was here. So gratitude going out to them. Also gratitude going out to everyone supporting the cause all across the country, all across the world. So I will be visiting you guys soon. Let me know if where you're at, and if you'd like a visit from the Beat Depression bus. I'd be happy to travel out there and link up and do some content together. If you're looking for a fun way to relieve anxiety, stress, frustration, and depression, hitting that heavy bag is highly recommended. Also, gratitude going out to everyone supporting the cause virtually and helping raise awareness and helping empower others out there. We're all in this thing together, and it's truly when we work together that we are able to make an even larger impact on our society. So thank you for helping me, helping yourself, and helping us improve our environment together. Gratitude to everybody. Now go ahead and think about your piece of gratitude today. It can be one thing, two things, three things, as many as you'd like. That'll help put you in that positive mindset. And we're going to talk about the second mental health tool that we cover every single day. Shout out as well to Martial Artist Appreciation, to Peter, and to Slayer Ken. Thank you guys for being here. The second mental health tool we talk about is that progress tracking tool, keeping track of the number of days that show for you. Put in that work and crush that daily accomplishable goal that helps build you up physically and mentally. So if it's this class, great. If it's a martial arts class somewhere, great. If it's heavy bag time, great. If it's quality time with Bob, also great. It's all great. Just keep going forwards and giving yourself, taking note of the proof that you have, that you are stronger than the debilitating effects of depression. And if you get a chance, share that number. It's a great way to help inspire others. I see you, Ken, at 429 days. Congratulations. Well done on the progress, rolling right along to 500. I'll be here any day now. And it seems like just yesterday we were at 400, and you're already 30 days in. It's a whole month of progress. Good stuff, brother. Well done. Keep on going. Keep on inspiring. Keep on showing up for you and moving forwards. That being said, we covered gratitude. We covered the list tool. Let's talk about today's lesson. You may have seen the clip just posted to Reels, where I was throwing all kinds of crazy knees. Skip knees, jump knees, things like that. We're going to practice some knees in here. Skip knees are kind of hard to practice in shadow boxing. You can still do it, but it's a little difficult to translate. So we're going to do some other knees, and I'll show you a skip knee. If you do have a Bob, Beat Depression Bob at home, or a heavy bag, you can use a heavy bag as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about the clinch, and an element of the clinch that we probably don't cover, we haven't covered ever, I think, since the beginning. So we're going to talk about that clinch a little bit. We'll work that clinch into some other knee strikes, give you guys a couple different knee strikes to play with, break down the differences between them, and we're going to get our standard rounds, 3 minutes each, 1 minute breaks in between to catch your breath, drink some water, make sure you're staying hydrated, and we're going to get it moving around. We're going to have some fun. Visualize that target, visualize that form of a dummy in front of you, right, that depression dummy. Depression gets its power from lies. Lies like we're not capable of, or we're not good enough to, or we can't, right? Those are all lies depression likes to tell us. And every day we get up and we fight forwards, we prove those things to be lies. So remember that dummy, that depression dummy that's selling you lies. Visualize them as a target in front of you, and together we're going to knock out those lies with our self-care routine. Pop into your Muay Thai stance, and I'm going to break down, you guys have been here for a long time, so you know the basics on knees. We'll do a quick breakdown on some different knees we're going to be using. From our Muay Thai stance, right, open hips, feet angled out, nice and square, hips square, shoulders rolled, chin tucked, hips curled. We're going to toss a long knee. We're going to start with a long knee. So for the long knee, we're going to send that rear knee forward, swinging through the hip. We're taking a step with the front leg. Again, keep the hips open. Don't step straight into it because that'll slow you down a limit here. Keep the hips open there. Step in and then toss. Straight forwards. letting the knee go forwards as the torso goes back. Still keeping the chin tuck is going to help with balance, and making sure that we swing the arm on the same side as the leg. That's going to work as a counterbalance and let us really throw that knee out there way long. Nice and long. Whoos. That long knee should be further than our jab. Might even be further than the cross. Depends on your hip mobility and your dexterity. But take a look at the cross and the long knee. I'm making contact. If I can touch him with the jab, I can definitely touch him, boom, with that long knee. If I can touch him with the cross, still, boom, definitely touching him with the long knee. So that long knee is kind of in between the mid-range and the close range. Knees are a good close range tool, but the long knee, that works as a mid-range tool as well. So you can be tossing punches, bum, 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 and then toss that long knee in there whenever you'd like. If you're using proper technique and letting those shoulders go back, boom, right, counterbalance and keep the hip open. Whoosh, you're going to get that stretch out of it. Whoosh, boom, long knee. Nice and straight forwards. Using the point of that knee, boom, driving it straight in. And when we talk about the knee, we're not contacting on the top here. We're actually want to contact kind of on the inside with a tight knee. Bringing that ankle close to the bum is going to sharpen up that knee. It's going to tuck that floating kneecap we have in and make this a nice striking surface. So keep those hips open, bring the foot close to the booty, whoosh, and drive that nice sharp knee in there. Whoosh, you can get some hip rotation, keep the chin tucked, whoosh for balance, and send it straight forwards, back to stance. That's our long knee. Shout out to Master Checo. Appreciate you, brother. Sacked out head to toe, heck yeah. Alright, so yeah, we've got the shoulders dipping back, right? The hips are going forwards. The hand is chopping. We're keeping defense on the opposite side. That's our long knee. Now a straight knee is going to be just that. It's just going to be a straight knee right up the center. Quick one, boom, from our stance. Boom. It might look the same, but my shoulders aren't going back. I'm keeping the chin tucked. I'm staying balanced, and I'm just swinging that hip, swinging through that hip, swinging that knee straight up. Boom, up that center line. And again, the ankle comes close to the booty, and I'm using the inside of that kneecap with a nice tight knee. That's going to make a sharp surface, keeping us safe and doing damage to our opponent or to our bob, right? So straight knee is right here, boom, straight knee, boom, right through the hip, square it up, straight knee. Aim for the solar plexus, a little above the guts if you can, if you've got the accuracy. Solar plexus, boom, is a nice weak spot there. Keeping the guard high on the opposite side. Plenty of guard options there. We won't go into all of them. But that's your straight knee. So you've got your long knee, long distance tool. See the shoulders go back, chin stays tucked. Straight knee, shoulders don't go back, chin does stay tucked as well. Shoulders don't go back, and it's a nice straight close range tool, right? It's about the same as your jab. Jab, straight knee, jab, straight knee, cross, long knee, boom. It's going to give you different ranges to use those knee tools with. Of course, you fire them through both sides. And let's talk about two other knees, and then we'll get into the lesson, and we'll incorporate the clinch. So we got our long knee, we got our straight knee. We're going to do an angled knee here. Angled knee is going to come around from the side, boom, and we're going to drive it in. The trick to getting a nice, powerful angled knee is to raise the ankle with the knee on the same plane if you can. So we'll bring the ankle and knee up, boom, and drive it in. Now we can make it even more powerful if we're in the clinch. If we've got that good solid clinch on our opponent, right, heads locked, the forearms are coming in to clinch that neck and support the back of that head. What we can do is we can send this foot back, throw it back, and draw this big circle with the kneecap. Draw a big circle out there and then wind it in. Boom. So it's not just from here. It's going to be from there, right? We've got the clinch, not just there. Boom, boom, there, all the way back, and drive it all the way back in. That's a big power adder for that round knee that we can incorporate into our game when we're clinching, especially if we're at home working with that bob tool or with a heavy bag. You can use those techniques as well. You can't exactly clinch a heavy bag, but you can hold it about shoulder height or head height and work the same muscles, driving those knees in. And that's going to be, one more is the round knee, right? So we've got the round knee. Round knee is going to come in. We're keeping that foot down. Again, we're bringing it close to the booty if we can. And we're kind of working through that inside. Boom. Inside of the hip. Aiming for the liver. Aiming for the kidney. Aim for something soft. Or the very bottom of the ribs. Boom. And just boom. Drive them in there. And you notice I'm doing the little skip thing. That helps add power as well. Hopping and putting that lead foot in the center gives us some room to wind up that shot for those round knees. So that's a lot of knees. We'll break them down. We'll go kind of slow with it. We'll stay semi-technical. Incorporate the clinch. We'll get this thing going right now. Square up into your Muay Thai position. We'll throw some fundamentals in there as well. Make sure you got plenty of water. And let's do this thing.
Bluetooth.
It's that time. Let's go. Alright. Square up with that visualized opponent. And timer starting now. Tuck that chin. Remember, breathe in the nose and out the mouth. Step in for the 1-2. 1-2. Keep it moving forwards and backwards momentum. Keep it going. Chin tucked. Visualize that opponent. Make sure you're twisting through those punches. Turn those fists over, landing on the large 2 knuckles. And keep that march going. Don't bring the feet together. Keep them spaced apart, nice and balanced, nice and even, chin tucked. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. And now let's add our first knee. Right out of the 2, bomb, bomb. We're going to send a long knee in there, right? Because it's a long attack. We're going to work with that long range. So step in for the 1, the 2. Now toss that long knee. Make sure the hips open. Toss that long knee forwards. Letting the shoulders go back. Keeping the chin tucked for balance. Let's break it down a little more. 1, 2. Open up the hip. Toss that long knee and back to stance. Core is going to stay engaged the whole time. If you got a bob, you can work with him as well. Step in for the 1, rotate through for the 2, and then long knee. Make sure that hip is open. Push, boom, long knee. Drive it through the hips. Make sure you drive through the hips with that one. That's where it's going to get a lot of its power, right? Open that hip up in the front. Drive through, boom. Drive through that hip as the shoulders go back. Back to stance. Step for the 1-2. 1-2 long knee. Bam, bam. Whoosh. And back to stance. Bam, bam. Whoosh. And back to stance. Bam, bam. Whoosh. And back to stance. Long knee. Drive that knee in there. Guard high. Keep it going. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2 long knee. Bomb, bomb. Make sure that hip's open. Drive the long knee back to stance. Let's start switching it up. We're going to step into the 1, and then we're going to toss a straight knee. Boom, right in there. And come right back to stance. Square up. This is not a long knee this time. Closer range. Step in for the 1. Toss. Boom. Straight knee into the solar plexus. Now with the straight knee, remember, you don't have to throw that body back. You can just toss it, hinge it right up through the hips. So step into the 1. You make contact with your visualized target. Open that hip again and toss that knee straight up. Boom, straight through the hip. Bang, chopping the arm again, chopping the arm on the same side. It's going to keep you balanced. Square up with that opponent. Step for the 1, toss a straight knee. Boom, and back to stance. Notice after the 1, when I'm going into the straight knee, I'm bringing this back to guard. Defend the head at the same time. Square up, get that march going. Step in for the 1-2. Step in for the 1, and back. 1, straight knee. 1, straight knee. Back to stance. 1-2, long knee. 1-2, long knee. And back to stance. It's the end of round 1. Catch your breath. Drink some water. Oh, I don't know how many days Bob has left. I don't know. We're going to find out together. We'll see. Can he handle the sack life? We'll find out. We might need a Bob upgrade pretty soon. He's losing his guts. We got 42 seconds and we're going to pop back into it. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Next round, we're going to talk about that clinch and the clinching element, right? The clinching element of it. Why do we bring those forearms in? Why do we clinch around the side of the neck? And what does it help us accomplish? So there's a lot of little details on the clinch. We're going to graze over them. Remember, you can get a lot more from lessons with a personal trainer, someone who can see you and correct you and improve your form on the spot. Since I can't see you, I can only assume that you're nailing everything first shot. If not, keep going with consistency and time, it will get better. But we gotta stay aware. Keep checking in on yourself. If you got a full body mirror, use it. That's a great way to fine tune those things you might be doing wrong and not even realize. Go ahead and square up. We're back into it. We're gonna step into the 1-2. Pop, pop, 1-2. Pop, pop, down that center line. Step for the 1 and toss the straight knee. So step in for the 1, boom, straight knee, open the hip. Straight knee comes up, shoulders didn't go back, chin's tucked, nice and balanced. Step for the 1, straight knee. Step for the 1, straight knee, boom. Step for the 1, straight knee. 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 Back to stance. 1, 2, long knee. 1, 2, long knee. 1, 2, long knee. 1, 2, long knee. Let those shoulders go back as the hips go forwards. 1, 2, long knee. Try to come back to your orthodox stance. Don't fall forwards or backwards. Work that balance. Now we're going to start getting that clinch in there. So I want you to step in for the 1, pa, and then slip that hand behind the head. Boom, raising towards the top of the head for head control. Cup the hand, grab the top of the head, rear arm goes in, get it around that, wherever that other limb is. Rear arm comes in, ideally behind the top of the head. Cup over, like this, don't interlock fingers. Scissor those forearms together, squeezing the carotid artery around the neck, giving you that head control. We're pulling the head in towards us. We're squeezing the neck. This is the clinch. And now our forearm is supporting on the chest. We've got the head control with the hands. Arms are cutting off that blood supply, making them dizzy. And then we're also braced so we can move them forwards, backwards. We can turn them if we need to. And this is a great position to fire some knees. So once we've got that head down, we can fire the straight knee in here. Bam, right? Bam, bam, straight knee. We can slide that foot back to open up space and keep firing that straight knee. Whoosh, boom. If you got it on your shadow boxing dummy, grab, clinch, scissor those forearms in, drive that head down, and start firing those straight knees. Straight knee, boom. Straight knee, boom, pull that head in, whoosh, simulate that pressure, whoosh, drive that straight knee. Now we're going to do a nice, big, wide, powerful knee. Slide the hip back, open up the hip, slide that rear foot back, and whoosh, drive it in there hard. Stay nice and balanced. We're still in the center of our balance, and whoosh, drive it in there, back to stance, keep the hips open, whoosh, boom. And remember, if you have an opponent or you have a bob dummy, that's the end of round 2, by the way. If you got a bob dummy, you can get closer to what it would be like in a real life situation. Still not the same as sparring with a partner or being in a life or death where there's fight or flight going on. But you get closer and closer and closer, and the more you do, the more this can help you in a self-defense situation, in a real world situation outside of just our cardio and HIIT training. Ooh, 30 seconds, then we're going to get into the last one. We'll work some more knees. We'll talk about that skip knee, the round knee, and that power adder. But this is the thing. This is why bob is pretty awesome. One reason, anyway, is because you have very accurate, visual target to work with. You can visually target things and be way more accurate with your strikes. You can also simulate that clinch, right? Grab the neck, support at the back of the head, not down here by the shoulders, up here by the top of the head. That's going to give us the control. When I pull on his shoulders, Bob moves as a unit. When I pull on the back of his head, I can bring that head down and toss my knee up. Boom. Do some damage. All right. So we're going to go back into the clinch, starting in the clinch here. One hand's behind the back of the head, up top, as high as you can go without going over the top of the head. Other hand's behind. We're bringing those forearms in to clinch and cut off that blood supply. Bringing the head in this way and our head right next to it if we can. That's going to keep us out of danger for the most part. So we're clinched. We've got the head of our depression dummy in our hands, and we're going to fire some knees. Now we want to open up that space. We might have it, we might not. We want to open up that space in between so we can fire this knee. See, if I'm too close, I got that clench, I'm too close, I can't really get the knee up in there. I want to slide that foot back, and then boom, fire that knee in. Same thing here, guard up, clinched. We're in close range combat. We're going to slide that knee back, slide that leg back, and fire it up right in the center. Slide it back, fire it up right in the center. Now this is a straight knee. This is a hinge through the hip, bang, straight knee. We're still hitting with the inside, but it's going straight forward, bang. Now if they start clinching, if they start bringing that knee up and they're defending, maybe they're defending the straight knee in the clinch and they're bringing that knee up to block it, right? We want to get around it. We're going to throw an angled knee, come at it from a different angle. So clinch still works here. We've got two options for angled knees. We could do this round one right there, or we can do a true angled knee where we bring the ankle and the knee up on the same plane. Draw that big circle. I'll show you what I mean. Clinch, right? Squeeze the head. We're going to draw the big circle, toss that foot back, draw the big circle with the knee, and then whoosh, drive it in there to that center mat, right into the ribs, right onto the side of that beat depression dummy. And we do it on both sides, but we'll stick to one. Boom! Big long power knee, right? Clinch, we're holding tight, slide it back. Whoop, that's not good. Slide it back and swing it around. Slide it back, swing it around. Back, swing it around. Big, powerful angled knee. Foot goes back, swing it around, nice and powerful. Now less powerful but still effective is those regular round knees. We're going to open up the hip, bum, and drive it in through the hip. Whoosh, swinging it in. And you can skip to the outside to give you a wider swing. Bam, bring it in, use it again inside of that knee. Hold that clinch tight. Round knee, boom. Round knee, boom. Round knee, boom. Now open it up and toss that big angled knee. Slide the rear foot back, bring it up, boom. Bring it all the way in on an angle. Back to stance, keep the clinch. Slide the rear foot back, boom. Bring it up and drive it through on an angle. There are a whole bunch of different knees that you can add to your routine. Mix it up, have fun with it, flow with it, have fun. If you've got a Bob especially, he's a lot of fun to train with because you can come up with all different ideas, all different ways to link those things in, right? We talked about a variety of different range knees, that short, straight knee, that long knee, then the clinch, boom, wide knee, maybe that wide knee gets you in close, and then you start tossing those round knees in there. Lots of different options, lots of different ways to mix up your training. Remember, do what works for you. And as long as you keep challenging yourself to grow, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just a baby step, if it's growing in technicality or growing in intensity, make sure that you're giving yourself that challenge because that's what's going to let us see that progress firsthand. We're going to be able to feel the rewards of regularly getting out of that comfort zone, giving ourselves that challenge and growing forwards. That's one of the things that makes this number tool and this whole combination that we have going here work so effectively. Vary it up, have fun with it, make it your own, and keep crushing that goal. 1 minute, 10 minutes, does not matter. As long as you are putting in that work and showing up for you, that process is success. That progress is success, and every minute forward counts. So I said it didn't matter. That's the wrong term. It does matter. It does matter whether it's 1 minute or 10 minutes. They both matter. They're both steps forwards. So count those steps, keep on growing, and I will catch you guys same stack time, same stack channel, same stack life. Zach Man out.